Mowgli, do you know you're the star of today's episode? What do you have to say about it? Oh, thank you. Thank you very much for your comment.
I love you, but you need to give me some space right now. थोड़ा सा दूर चलो हमें प्लीज हमें बातें करने दो.
Our streets are not walk friendly for humans.
Sadly,
Forget anxious
I would
dogs.
love to walk. It's almost like having a toddler, right? They have their own language. Like you don't, and you think the toddler is like blah blah blah, but the mother will be like, नहीं वो बोल रहा है उसको फ्रिज से apple चाहिए or something like stuff like that.
I think breeding by itself is unethical.
The concept itself
Itself is unethical, and especially the way it is done in India with no regulations. A lot of celebrities are now adopting indies, and shout out to them, man. No animal lover wants cows, cats, dogs, or any other animal, monkeys, to be on the road fighting for survival.
While I understand all of this might sound a little intimidating to someone who's never done it before, but trust me, like anything in life, it is a learning process. And once you're over that, once that time period has passed, it is just a beautiful, rewarding experience. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Wait.
One more thing.
I'm Jyotsna,
I'm Neha Kapoor.
and we are talking about something very special today.
We're talking about something so special today because it's something that is so close to our heart, which is our Mowgli, our dear dog.
Yes, Mogu, pyar se.
Yes. So, those of you who know, I have an indie called Mowgli, and Jyotsna was actually her foster mommy for 2 to 3 days because her dad had rescued her and then I adopted her. So, today we're talking about that story, why that is so close to our heart, why adoption is so important to us, what are the challenges of having a rescue dog, and why it is so rewarding to have a rescue dog. So, let's go, let's begin the conversation.
Let's go. I think we'll obviously let's start with the story of
Yes.
how Mogu came into my life and then yours. So first of all, let me just start with the fact that I love telling this story. मतलब मुझे इतना मजा आता है सबको बताने में because in the moment it felt like like a regular day, but who knew that this would one day become it would be so serendipitous the way it all happened. Okay, so ये around आज से अप्रोक्सीमेटली 6 साल पुरानी बात है. कोविड का टाइम था 2020, राइट इन द मिडल ऑफ थिंग्स. इट हैड बीन रेनिंग लिटरली फॉर 2 nights straight, and because of that, the plot that is besides my house, it is an empty plot with a small structure on it. Because of the rains and of course वहाँ पे थोड़ी सी flooding होती है in the colony streets, and since this is abandoned, वहाँ पे usually there is पानी भरने लग जाता है, like what would be the word for it?
Waterlogging.
Like waterlogging खतरनाक वाली होती है वहाँ पे. हाँ, waterlogging. And my dad, he woke up around, this was 6-7 a.m. and he heard ऐसे like a high pitched sound, रोने की आवाज, like a बच्चे की रोने की आवाज, or how like puppies, and
Yeah.
it was a puppy. He called जो हमारे कॉलोनी के वॉचमैन है,
Right.
and with his help both of them got this little thing out. And then my dad, he always uses the same word. He was like, ये ऐसे चूहे जैसा था. वो very tiny, very malnourished, and just very weak, for her age. So then my dad was like, कि इसका, this one needs help. And yeah, the moment I kept her close to me, close to my chest, she calmed down, which was a very cute moment. And then from that point onwards, till I think 2-3 दिन जितने दिन वो मेरे साथ थी, just we had this inseparable वाला bond, literally, because this one was abandoned clearly by her family and uske jo bhi siblings hoge, litter hoga.
There could be a few reasons. We'll come to that. Huh.
Yeah. So this one was like lost and scared, and then of course agar jahan se care mil raha hai to she became very attached, matlab to the point that ki when I was trying to sleep at night with her, there had to be contact at all times. So yeah, I was happy, and I also had this in mind ki mujhe rakhna hai, but I knew that would not be feasible because my family would not be okay with it, which is fine. I guess I'm still bitter about it a little bit, but okay, whatever. um, so yeah, and I texted you. I was sending you pictures. Ki, I have come across this adorable little baby, and I don't know what to do with her, him. I don't know the gender then.
No, you just texted me the photos, and
Ah.
before you said anything, I said, "Congratulations, your life just changed."
Yeah. I think I still have that message starred. Tiny little thing, I'm texting my friends, help me, how do I take care of her, and what do I do? ये तो पक्का है घर पे नहीं रख सकते. So, do I give her up for adoption? What to do? And, we are having all these conversations. Now you tell me ki, what was your, what are your memories? Yeah.
What was going on in my head. So when you texted me, before you could say anything, I said that because I assumed that you have adopted or rescued a dog. Then later on you told me that you're not able to keep her. And my first thought was also to speak to a shelter, speak to somebody and get her proper care. And leaving her back on the road was definitely out of question because you also told me by then that we couldn't find her mom, we couldn't find her siblings, because if her mom was there in the vicinity and if the siblings were there, it is better to place the dog next to them because the mother will take care of the dog. It's important for any puppy to spend as much time with the mother as possible. Even when you adopt a dog, it is said that the dog has to be at least 45 days old and then you should separate the dog from the mother. Ideally 2 months. But obviously this one was less than 20 days old.
Less than 20 days, and we spent 2 whole days looking for the mother, not just in our colony, Bahar bhi, and clearly didn't find anybody.
So my first thought was find the mom, which didn't happen. And second thought was shelter. That thought immediately vanished because finding an adoptive parent, finding a parent for an indie female is virtually impossible. It's very, very, very difficult because there are a lot of misconceptions, a lot of myths. So within an hour or so, I was like, I'll take her. I remember, right? It was not even a second thought after that. But it was also a very impulsive decision, even though I did want to get another dog. So this was August. And in March, Angel had passed away, our previous dog, who was also adopted. But this time, after March, it took me like 2 months to even stop crying. And after that, I started talking to Dad, and he was also saying that we should get another one. And I thought that, okay, maybe this time we should get an indie. The thought was that, okay, eventually when I'm ready emotionally, when everybody at home is ready emotionally, we'll speak to rescuers, we'll go to shelters, and we'll see which dog fits right. But Mowgli didn't let that happen. He was like, ready or not, here I am. And then after 3 days, I drove to your place and came. And luckily, lockdown had opened by then. Otherwise, it would have been so difficult.
It would have been a challenge.
Yeah, to drive to your place. I still remember I had come wearing a mask and everything.
Yeah, like I think we didn't even hug properly or anything, obviously. We're just like, hi, see you after so many months, but we can't interact. Here you go, take your chuha.
And that's exactly what I was coming to. That the moment I saw her, I was like, "Ye to chuha hai."
Can you please put a picture here of a few pictures of, here
insert photo.
She was just the cutest little thing. Oh my god. I know I've said it already thrice. I don't care. She was adorable. She is still, but उस time छोटी thi. Yeah.
And now she's actually larger than a regular indie.
Larger than life. Yeah, she's been through a lot. She's been through a lot. And it's unfortunately the story of a lot of indies. Anybody you talk to who has had an indie, I'm sure you have, you're in contact with a lot of people.
Yeah.
It is their story, they're abandoned either by design, like somebody has, consciously been like, ye litter ho gaya, chalo inko hata do yahan se. Or it is a tragic story like this one.
Yeah, so that's something I want to mention when you said that she was clearly abandoned. So my theory is a few things happened. One was the mother had a few puppies and she was able to save some of them. But since this one was so little, so weak, there is always a runt of the litter, right? This one was weak, and you also told me that her foot was stuck somewhere.
Yeah.
The other theory is humans put her there. Because a lot of humans, they separate puppies from their mom and they separate the litter and say ki this particular puppy litter should not be in our street, it should be in some other street, so they just throw the puppies away. That is, I think, more likely what happened, because it's very rare that you can't find the mother anywhere in the vicinity. So clearly, the mother did not give birth in your street. And it happens to a lot of indies. Like we know that people don't really care about what's happening to our community dogs. And that's something really sad and something that we need to talk about more and more, especially people who understand the value of rescuing dogs. See, this is also my first time rescuing a dog 6 years ago when I did it, because Angel we got from a family. Even though back then also I knew that I don't want a dog from a breeder, because breeding is so unethical. People say there's something called ethical breeding. I don't agree. I think breeding by itself is unethical.
The concept
Itself is unethical, and especially the way it is done in India with no regulations, it is even more unethical. Also, because dogs that come from breeders have so many health issues and the mothers are not taken care of. They are forced to have 2 to 3 litters and then the mothers are abandoned. Okay, I'm going to say a very heart wrenching story. I saw this reel a few days ago on Instagram where somebody had rescued a mom dog after she was with a breeder. So they had rescued her from the streets because the breeder had abandoned her, because now she's of no use to him. So you know how dog toys have squeaky things inside them? Squeaky toys hote hain jo. This mommy dog gets very sad when she hears a squeaky toy because she thinks it's a puppy crying. She misses her pups. Oh God.
That is heartbreaking.
I know.
Yeah.
So yes, dogs deserve better. They shouldn't be animals. All our community animals deserve better. They shouldn't be used just for having babies and being abandoned like that. So,
But I'll tell you what. If I try to look at from the perspective of people, okay, let's assume I'm someone who has never got into this, who genuinely does not have the awareness, right? The awareness that you're talking about, how breeding is unethical by nature. So my concern as someone who chalo has decided to have a dog now is that if I just randomly rescue, or even if I'm getting a rescue from an NGO or a shelter, what does it come with? What if the dog is infected with something? How will I know? There are a lot of ifs and buts and a lot of questions that maybe either people don't want to go that route because it's maybe, the path not taken is slightly more difficult, or I'm guessing it is also an aesthetic thing because unfortunately a lot of people do have this thing of, oh, mujhe to yehi breed pasand hai because cute Insta pictures, and I want to own this one certain breed, which I see with golden retrievers or huskies, which by the way is ridiculous if you have in a country like India. I'm sorry, it's just, I don't know how you can defend yourself. But yeah, what would you say to them?
okay, 2 to 3 things here. I understand the concerns. First, I'll address the what if the dog is infected. It is more likely that a dog or a puppy from a breeder will be infected because they are birthed in closed quarters with other puppies who may have other infections. And that's why I said that when people get dogs from breeders, most of the time they have issues like parvo, they have distemper, they have so many other things because breeders don't really vaccinate them on time. And they sell these puppies at a very young age before they can be vaccinated. Like I said, a puppy has to spend at least 45 days with the mother to get breast milk, to learn a lot of things from the mother, to learn to not bite, to play properly, to behave properly. All of that they learn from their siblings and the mom. Breeders don't care about that. They sell puppies that are 30 days old because they just want to get rid of them, right? And make money. Ideally, it should be 2 months. So that is one. So these puppies from breeders, they do have a lot of health issues. Make sure that you're getting a checkup before you bring the dog home. Go to the vet straight away. Like for example, when we brought Mowgli home, since her vet is somebody who comes home for home visits, I had called him from the road itself and said that I'm bringing a puppy home. Why don't you come home and check her? And he came immediately. The moment I was at home, and he came and he checked her, and surprisingly, she had no fever, No ticks, nothing, even though she had spent a couple of days inside the water. But she had nothing. She was absolutely fine. He looked at her teeth and everything. I said that it's probably 20 days old. That's how they check. So we gave her like a dry clean because you can't bathe a puppy that is that small.
That's what you told me also. Text पे कि पानी मत डालो, just with wet wipes.
With wet wipes, and you can maybe put a hot towel on the pup, which is what we did, and comb it out so that if there are any ticks and all, they just come out. But she had nothing. And so health issues are addressed. Make sure you get a checkup, obviously. And the other thing you said was aesthetics. I mean, that's something you can't help. Uh, I don't think anybody who thinks that a dog should look a certain way is truly a dog lover. I think a lot of people get animals, dogs or cats, for a status symbol, or they just want a cuddly companion. And in fact, a lot of the times, the people who get animals for aesthetics don't even cuddle their dogs. Like, look around you. There are so many bungalows where there are German Shepherds and Labradors tied outside.
Yeah, it's just given to. I see this around me all the time, unfortunately, and I understand if once in a while you don't have the time to maybe take your dog out for a walk, because I understand it's a commitment.
Walking is something that I don't really judge people anymore for not really walking their dogs outside, because it has been a challenge for me as well because of her history and how our streets are. Like, our streets are not walk friendly for humans.
Sadly,
Forget anxious dogs.
I would love to walk more in
Yeah.
a city in Indore, but roads in bache aise.
I would say if your dog is confident and it's able to walk on the streets, it's fine. Even though I find it very dangerous, the way people walk their dogs where there is so much traffic. So walking your dog outside on the streets, that perspective has changed for me a lot because it has been such a challenge. I trained Mowgli myself for everything except for walking outside. We hired a trainer for her. She had come to our house for 8 weeks, and we used to take Mowgli out for walks. It's very difficult. There are so many stray dogs outside who are also scared, who are also like very protective of their territory. This one doesn't understand how to interact with other community animals. There is so much traffic. The roads are not proper. I mean, it's very difficult for us to walk. Like, if there was no garden here for walking with a walking path, I don't think I would go out for walks myself.
100%. मतलब अगर हमारे लिए if they are not good enough, forget good enough, just walkable enough. And now we are getting into monsoons now. It only gets worse from here.
Absolutely. So 3 times during those 8 weeks when we took her out for walks, I used to take her out with the trainer and without the trainer so that she gets used to it. 3 times she tried escaping, and I almost had a heart attack 3 times. After that, I was like, it's fine. If you don't want to walk outside, as long as you're safe at home, because that's how dogs get lost also. When they get anxious on the roads, and so many such incidents have happened. So 3 times she did this. Ek bar she escaped from the harness. So I don't know how Indies are so smart. She just backed off from the harness and took it off like this and ran away. Luckily, she ran to our gate, and I was at the end of the street. So luckily, she knew where to run away to. The other time, she pulled so forcefully that she broke the leash, and it was a new leash. And luckily, I was fast enough to catch her. She was about to escape into traffic.
That's not a good branding for the leash.
Yeah. Not gonna mention the brand. I don't even remember which brand it is. And the third time, she escaped from her collar again. And I don't even know how. Like, it was not a loose collar. It was actually one of those, I don't remember the name, it was one of those walk-friendly collars. And she did that. And 3 times that happened. And I was like, if this keeps happening and one day I'm not able to catch her, we're going to lose her, and it's going to be impossible for her to survive on the streets.
Oh, at that point, yeah. I mean, she was an anxious baby anyway. Obviously, considering the way she's come into this world. And then add to that the whole growing up in a circumstance.
Sheltered, huh?
Yeah, very, very sheltered upbringing, which also उस time पे COVID भी था, right? So she's a COVID baby in that sense. Did not interact much with a lot of human beings only. Like, forget other dogs. She barely had any interaction with other than your family, right? So no wonder वो चीज़ें grow होते होते It
Other
must be
than my
challenging for
family
her.
and people who are around, like let's say the watchman's family, she loves them. She loves our laundry wali lady. She loves our driver. She loves the laundry uncle also.
I remember you mentioned Wolski, she's a socialist.
She is a socialist. She loves people who work hard.
Who's a socialist?
Yeah, all the house helps she loves. The drivers she loves. The laundry people she loves. Yeah. Delivery boys she loves because they bring treats.
For the rest of us, she's very like, I will judge you, I will assess you, I will make my decision in like 4 business days at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, good.
And she takes her time. That way she's like a cat. She takes her time to open up. But once she's there, she's so comfortable. Like with you now. Unfortunately, because it was COVID, when
I couldn't.
I brought Mowgli
Come
home,
visit
and
her.
after that, the lockdown happened again.
And I don't think Mogu is honestly the type of video call. Do you think she recognizes people?
She does on the laptop. Like when Papa was in the US for 3 months, he used to talk to her on the laptop, and she would go.
She's too cute. I swear her resting face is just the most. Every time I see her, I want to be like, oh my baby, could you put your baby? But it's, I know that is, I respect her boundaries because,
Yeah.
like you said, she is like a cat. Just be like, oh Mogu, you're so cute, you're so such a baby.
But with some people, she's on the other extreme. She wants them to cuddle her, kiss her, like go crazy over her.
What if I get a job?
What?
What if I get a job? And like just as in a social experiment, I work at your house. I come as a cook, okay? You hire me as a cook, as like a personal chef. I come to your house and I start cooking for you guys. And then and ye to hai, she's one like socialist dog. So you think then maybe right? You think then maybe she like me, so she won't look at me as oh just another Neha ki dost, but just more like. Oh, ये रोज आती है और you know like whatever, and I can cook her food also, right?
But then you have to come every day.
Yeah, every day.
So please like, share, subscribe, comment so that I can make so much money that I can hire her as a personal chef.
Stop it.
So anyway, we just plugged that. You know, it's so funny and interesting that she has this quirk that she gets along with people who have jobs and not unemployed like us. But that brings me to the fact that every dog has an individual personality and people don't really understand that. I think a lot of people think that a dog is a toy. It's something that should just do what you say and behave the way you want them to. I think you should also adapt your personality to your dogs because they do as well. They also take after you. And clearly, God had to send me an anxious dog, and now we feed off each other's anxiety. Right?
Basically, it's a new family member, right? Like how we would welcome, I don't know,
A baby.
like a baby or a bahu, I guess. I don't know, like a new family member into the family. Dogs are also any pet for that matter. I feel,
Interesting.
especially dogs because they have big personalities.
They have big personalities, especially indies. Anyone who's ever interacted with an indie, they have big personalities. They are the oldest breed in the world.
That is crazy to think about, huh? And I don't think that's a fact. A lot of people know.
People don't know. In fact, I started discovering these things when I decided to adopt.
Yeah, all
them.
of this. I'm nodding right now because you have told me. Matlab, it's not like I.
Who told you?
intrinsically- You told me. Neha Kapoor, Neha Ramni Kapoor told me these things. Yeah, even before मुझे भी नहीं पता था ये
Yeah,
सब.
yeah. So when I decided that I'm going to go to your house and adopt her, I started reading up a lot on indies. Even though I knew that this time I'm going to get an indie, but I think I saw that as a distant dream. Like, okay, in 6 months I'm going to get one. And she was like, ready or not, here I am. So I started reading up a lot about indies, and they've been our community animals for so long, like centuries ago. And that's why a lot of things have become absorbed in their DNA, like anxiety, because they've had to survive on the roads for so long.
Constantly.
And survival instincts, for sure. Protectiveness, being a little aware of people, a little wary of new people, and also extremely friendly once they get to know you. Like, look at our community animals. The puppies that I have fed when they were so little, even when they get scattered and they go to other streets and I'm not able to feed them regularly, once they encounter me, let's say I'm going around for a walk, or I'm going somewhere to buy something, once they see me on the road, they know who I am. Like, they can smell me from afar and they will come and, jump on me. You've seen this
I have
happen.
experienced this with you, and it was just the cutest thing. I remember how you were also, because in the beginning they were constantly like behind you, एकदम पूछ की तरह हमारे पीछे walk कर रहे थे wherever we were walking, and then you थोड़ा सा, because it was getting a bit much, so थोड़ी सी चपेट लगानी पड़ी कि you literally spoke to them like you would do to a kid कि I love you but you need to give me some space right now, थोड़ा सा दूर चलो, हमें बातें करने दो. So it was hilarious, and they did listen
And
for
they
a little
understand.
while.
You saw this
Yeah,
real time.
yeah, like they were emotional intelligence. I think again Indies में होता ही है, but they understood what we were saying, and at least for a little while they gave you some space. Again, like a kid, because they're like 10 minute तक मैंने आपकी space को respect करा. Now again I have to be around you.
And they tried again.
Yeah.
So basically, a lot of people have to save themselves from community dogs because they're scared of them. I have to save myself that, oh my god, please don't jump on my clothes. I'm wearing something new.
A good problem to have any
Yeah.
day. Much better than the
Yeah.
other one.
Yeah. But yes, they are extremely loving animals. Dogs in general are loving, but I feel like indies have so much love to give because they don't even get anything in return and they still love humans. They love humans who don't even feed them. You just have to have that energy around around them that, okay, I'm not scared of you. I actually like you, and they will love you for life.
Yeah.
They will never forget you. That's something I've experienced with indies from the beginning. Extremely intelligent because they've had to survive on the streets for centuries. Extremely resilient to our weather, to all kinds of circumstances. Like, I've seen dogs that are 17, 18 years old and we've been feeding them for 17, 18 years old,
My God.
living on the streets.
I also know that a lot of these breeder dogs, another factor why they are sick all the time is because there's a lot of essentially incest going on, right?
Yeah.
Because everybody wants pure bread. तो वो प्योर के चक्कर में incestuous हो जाता है, and like any species, the moment you get into that territory, it's of course it comes with a lot of mental, physical illnesses.
Exactly like humans, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly like humans. When you see these genetic issues happen, it's because of that. And you're right. It's the same reason for purebred dogs, why they have so many health issues. Another reason is a lot of these breeds are not natural, they are human made. Like, for example, French bulldogs, pugs, they are not natural breeds. They were bred to look like, to have shorter noses, to have flatter faces, to have weird elongated bodies like dachshunds, like corgis. So they have a lot of hip problems, a lot of joint problems. Pugs can't breathe properly.
Literally every pug I've ever known always had a breathing problem, and it is, of course, it is painful for the owners also. But I'm like, Google. I'm sorry, just Google. This was never meant to be their life.
Yeah. A lot of countries have banned the breeding of pugs and French bulldogs and a lot of different breeds because of health issues. And yeah, so they have health issues because they are not natural, they are human made. They are basically Frankensteins that humans have concocted in their laboratories.
I feel animals and children always get automatically attracted to like people with good vibes, and it might sound a little whatever, like yeah, khud ki taarif, but listen, animals and kids are always attracted to me.
Yeah.
I see as a good thing. Same with you.
Which also brings me to a very positive point that a lot of celebrities are now adopting indies. And shout out to them, man. Kudos.
Yeah, exactly. Because
At least someone is doing the right thing.
yeah, and I've seen this shift over the years. Matlab, I'd say 10 years ago, if you were to go on Facebook or Instagram, you would see more like, oh, look, I just bought this golden retriever. How cute is he? To, I adopted this rescue and, I love him, I love her. This is it. And yes, it's been a little challenging, but this is it. It is what it is. And, I love this little thing. So it is good to see that change, especially when influential people do it. It's always great.
Let's give them their flowers. I'm going to name some. Aditya Roy Kapoor, Madhuri Dixit, Sachin Tendulkar, Hrithik Roshan. Hrithik Roshan's dog is also called Mowgli, who he adopted after me. I'm like, get over me. It's been a while.
Exactly. It's been a few years since you did that dance, please. Like, Fine. Okay, whatever. I'll let
Come
it go.
on, stop being
It's,
obsessed
yeah,
with me.
it's for your dog, but it's okay. So Mowgli के चक्कर में मैंने छोड़ दिया, but please.
Like,
It's
I
been a
mean,
while.
naming your dog after my dog? Come on.
I
That's a little
swear.
obsessive.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Hashtag obsession.
Sabha, please control your man.
But it's funny.
Who else? Sherry Shroff.
Ah,
She has been
yes.
very vocal about Milo.
Mars.
Mars.
Yeah.
Somebody else has a Milo. So Mars is adorable. And a lot of other people have indies, man. Farhan and Shibani have an indie. Veerdas.
Ah, I didn't
Veerdas
know
has
that.
2 indies, and
Okay.
both of them literally walked inside his house and adopted themselves. That
I love that. See, it's another one of those like serendipitous stories that you are not finding the dog is finding you.
Yeah.
It's like Harry Potter. Like you are not looking for a wand, the wand chooses the wizard.
Yeah.
So yeah, Moho has chosen you.
she absolutely did. Like, I think nothing could be better than that. So, yeah, any other celebrity you want to mention who have indies? Because I think they're doing so well, and they're actually making a difference in society.
Yeah.
Especially in our country, where suddenly now we have this hatred for community animals.
Which is quite sad to see. I have seen that around where I live also, and in general, we have all heard of those incidents. Now, see, if I'm trying to be completely objective, there truly have been. I've seen those videos of a dog getting rabid and attacking children and stuff like that. And of course, children, it's very hard for them to then escape, and it leads to bad things. But so I get that. I get why you would be scared of them, but I think again, instead of demonizing the whole community, which we tend to do as Indians, I think just zoom out and look at the problem. What is the problem? The problem goes deeper than, oh, dogs to rabid ही होते हैं. No, that's not the case. With those exceptions aside, dogs only bring good to the community in so many ways. And you know what? This is something I read recently, that dogs and cats actually really help control the population of rats in a city. So, and this has been documented, by the way. The
Yeah.
moment you remove all dogs and cats from your streets, the rat population increases. And then we're cribbing about rats, ki har jagah rats, har jagah rats. And aren't rats like 100 times worse because they carry diseases? We have instances of plague again. I mean, how crazy is that to think about? In today's day and age, we have cases of plague again. You could just rid that problem by just letting nature take its course
Yeah.
in some way, and let the dogs and cat population of your community, let them sustain. And sure, you don't want them to overbreed as well, and there are ways you can control that, neuter karake and everything. But
So here's what I want to say. No dog or no cat should be on the roads, right?
first
That's
of
a
all, yeah,
fact.
true.
No animal lover wants cows, cats, dogs, or any other animal, monkeys, to be on the road fighting for survival. It is a human made problem because we have expanded our societies, our construction with no checks. We have taken over these areas which were supposed to be for animals. When a building is being constructed, you must have noticed like mother dogs will go inside there, and because there are no humans inside, so these animals feel safe. These mom dogs will go inside and give birth. To that puppy, that is its birthplace. It was born in that street, in that area, in that building. Suddenly, when that mall is up and running, you expect that these dogs should leave and go somewhere else and be someone else's problem. That's unrealistic. The way humans have expanded their cities has been a very big problem for animals. And the fact that humans have not really helped them by sterilizing them, by vaccinating them. It was supposed to be a duty of our governments, which they have not done for some reason. Only animal lovers and rescuers and feeders like us have been doing that, whatever is possible in our capacity. So if we see puppies in our locality, we'll go and try to vaccinate them so that they don't spread diseases, or they be happy, they be safe, and everybody is kept safe because these dogs are vaccinated.
Right.
The problem is people don't understand it. uh, killing these dogs and hitting them using sticks and poisoning them is not the solution. The solution has always been ABC, right? You have to control their population using sterilization and vaccination. That is the only way that population can be controlled.
Right.
Puppies should never be born on the street. Whenever I see a new litter, it makes me very sad. So people think that dog feeders want dogs to be on the streets. Absolutely not. So that is something that can control the population. Rat and all, I agree that when dogs are on the streets, rats are not there, but that is a problem of cleanliness, of sewage issues that has to be addressed by authorities.
Yeah, nothing we can do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
for sure.
In fact, when some community dogs were taken away in Delhi, when this Supreme Court verdict had happened, monkey population suddenly increased in certain areas, and then people were troubled by monkeys as well. So that happens when you remove one particular set of animals, others will
The
take.
natural like order of things, it breaks. Yeah.
Yeah, others will take the place. So either we make proper shelters for them, which will take years. The shelters that we have right now, other than the private shelters that people have made from their own money, they are in such dilapidated states that it's impossible for dogs to be happy there, to be safe there. And nobody's really putting them into shelters, because how many times do you see these vans of our government roaming around and taking animals to put them into the shelter? It doesn't really happen. It happens only when there's an aggressive dog, which I understand.
And
You
it's a
have to
complaint or something. Yeah.
you have to remove aggressive animals from the community. That is fine. But not every dog or cat is aggressive. People think barking is aggression. People think being protective of their puppies is aggression. That is not the case at all. And a rabid dog will always show signs of being rabid,
Right.
right? So yes, you should take your vaccinations whenever a dog bites you or you get scratches and all of that. But not every dog that bites you is rabid, and not every dog that is barking at you is aggressive. They're just being protective of their surroundings, of their vicinity.
Right.
In fact, we've heard stories of dogs chasing away robbers. Right?
Yeah. We have a friend, a mutual
Yes,
friend,
yes.
Khadija. It happened with her,
Yeah.
right?
So dogs become so protective of their surroundings that they will obviously help you, but you also have to help them. Like it's a mutual thing, right?
Right.
If you mistreat them, if you don't feed them, if you're always kicking them around, if you're always yelling at them, throwing stones at them, then that's how they will become to you as well. They will stop trusting humans. Like for example, when you saw these 3-4 dogs coming after me and trying to play with me, and they wanted me to pet them. There are people in the society who tell me to throw stones at them, to hit them with a stick, to yell at them. I will never do that, because I am one of the very few humans that these animals trust. If they don't trust me or other people who they trust right now, then they will become completely anti-human. And do you want that? We are the few people who these animals love, and that's how they also sustain compassion in their hearts. If you completely make them anxious and fearful for humans, that is going to be a bigger problem,
Right.
right?
And aren't a lot of them also dependent on human beings in general for their sustenance, because that's how they have evolved.
Yes.
That's how we have wanted them to evolve. Be with us, a dog is a man's best friend. And now suddenly you have a problem when the best friend is like, they just want to be fed. And if you have the capacity for it, love them, cuddle them. But like, just, okay, maybe not cuddle a streetie, I would understand that. But just feed them.
Even
you
I
know?
don't cuddle community animals. I mean, that's an other extreme.
Yeah, that is extreme.
I do pet them because I feel like I can always wash my
my
hands.
Yeah.
I don't want them to die without knowing love. Right?
Exactly.
I can
That's
always
the
wash
thing.
my hands.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna brag a little. I have been petting community dogs since I was a kid. No dog has ever bit me. And if at all in future a dog bites me, I will know I did something wrong. I probably breached a boundary or something, or maybe it was an anxious dog and I didn't understand. But I don't think that's going to happen because I understand their body language. If the people don't understand their body language and they will start to go pet them, or kids will pull their tail, pull their ears and all of that. So dogs do get irritated.
I think this goes with people and also animals. Respect each other's spaces. You don't have to be up in somebody's space. immediately understand. And yeah, body language, you try first. Now you see
Yeah, so
what
I'll
the
tell
reaction
you. So,
is.
for people who don't know how to interact with a community animal, if you want to, first of all, you don't have to. There is no need to go and pet a community dog if you are scared. Just don't mistreat them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That is what I think the message that we would like to, from this whole conversation is like, you don't have to feed them, pet them, nothing. Just don't mistreat them. That's it.
And don't mistreat feeders.
Hmm.
That is happening a lot.
Yeah, let them do their thing, right?
Animal feeders are literally getting beaten up in
Oh
many
my God.
cities. Yeah, has happened in Indore, has happened in Delhi. People are beating them and saying that why are you feeding them in front of our house? First of all, the road is not your personal property. Your house is your private property. Nobody's going inside your house to feed a
And
dog.
feeding them, right?
But the street is where the dog lives. That's where you have to feed them unless we come to a point where our cities have designated feeding spots.
Right.
But we
That's
are
not a thing.
our priority is making malls and
Yeah.
not stuff like this. Right? So I don't think that's going to happen. At least in our lifetime, it's not going to happen.
Highly doubted.
Yeah. So you don't have to feed dogs. You don't have to talk to them. You don't have to pet them. Just let them be. Let them be in their existence, be in your existence. But if you do want to pet a dog, first of all, let the dog approach you. And you put your hand like this. Let them sniff the hand. Unless you can see signs of aggression that the dog is, charging after you, the dog is not going to hurt you. Stay there. Let the dog sniff your hand. If it wants to be pet, it will wag the tail. It will probably, show the belly and stuff like that. And even then, you don't have to pet if you're not comfortable. But don't go and pet a dog that you don't know. And that goes for domesticated pets as well. People will go to somebody's house and forcefully pet the dogs, and then they say that so and so person's dog has bit me because you breached a boundary. People don't even ask, is your dog friendly? Can I pet
Right.
them?
And also basic things like, which I also learned in my childhood, is that this pet that, I mean, we technically didn't have them, but my cousins did. So, of course, I would still interact with him every single day, right? And very friendly. This was a Pomerian. So, very friendly. And of course, like, I have always loved dogs. So, I was loved him. I know he loved me. But then one day, my bad, he was eating, and I didn't know. मैंने पीछे से जाके I tried to, because my routine, like I would go and I would just pick him up. कि like cuddle with me, play with me, and I didn't see that he was eating, और मैंने उसे उठाने की कोशिश करी, and of course he got agitated and little bit of his teeth, like मुझे ऐसे लगा, and I was like, okay, man,
Did you
I'm
get
fine with
injections?
it. No, it was very tiny.
It was also a pet because he was vaccinated, so
everything, all of that was sorted, so nothing of concern at all. But it was a lesson learned that day. I think it's been ingrained in me ki, a dog can love you, but at the end of the day, it's not that I treated it like a toy, but just also a reminder कि just आप अपने convenience के according नहीं उठा सकते, कुछ कर सकते.
Like we said, it's not a toy and it's a living being with their own feelings.
Right.
So good point. Don't touch a dog that is eating. Don't touch a dog that is sleeping. Ever. Like I've seen people going and petting sleeping dogs and they get bit.
Right.
Because वो REM sleep में होगा dog, उसको पता नहीं चलेगा and it'll get protective.
Why would you bother anybody who's sleeping, including humans? Just like, let us be.
FYI, coming from somebody who has insomnia. When I fall asleep, please don't.
Yeah.
Don't.
And the whole sleep shaming thing in India, I swear
God.
there is some, I mean, that's a whole other topic in itself.
We're
but
going to note that down in our list now.
yeah,
Sleep
I know,
shaming.
right? Sleep shaming. Sleep shaming. Yeah, it's such a thing. Like, it's okay. You want to wake up early, fine. Nobody's giving you a cookie for it or giving you an award for it. Just like, let me sleep. मैं late सो रही हूँ रात को. But anyway,
So don't touch a dog that's eating. If you are not the feeder, don't touch their food. Right? Don't touch a sleeping dog. And yeah, that's about it, I think. And don't touch a dog you don't know.
also when the mother has just given birth, and the mother is enough to take care of the puppies, then once they are starting to socialize, that's different. But I think in the first crucial days, just let them be.
Yeah. So all of this is true for community dogs. I want to also touch upon how you should take care of a dog when you bring them home.
Hmm.
Whether it's a rescue dog or from a breeder, first of all, don't buy from breeders.
Right.
Don't buy from breeders because you are funding an industry that is harming animals. And if you have a little bit of compassion for any living thing, please don't buy from breeders because they don't take care of their animals. They treat them
They
very
just
badly.
don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
No matter how you put it, ethical, this and that. No.
There's no such thing as ethical
Right.
breeding like we spoke about. And if you want a certain breed, shelters are full of these breeds. People have abandoned huskies, people have abandoned golden retrievers, labradors, German shepherds, corgis, dachshunds. You'll find at least one of each with a rescuer or with a shelter.
यहाँ पे ना there's this whole conversation of, and I know you're also very against this, the whole concept of gifting people dogs, because you can't, and oh, surprise and this and that. No, you can't just impose a living being that needs care and attention and certain responsibilities that come with it on a family, because that's also unfair to the family. And I'm sure that is the reason behind a lot of dogs being abandoned, right? Ki, oh, I thought this would look so cute, happy birthday. No, the only exception to this rule would be, unless, let's say, I've had a conversation with you about this. Oh, Neha, do you want a cat? Yes. Is your family aware? And then that's it. I just keep that element of surprise. Ki chalo birthday pe, happy birthday. I knew you were already looking for a cat. That's it. That's the only exception. to this rule.
100%. Gifting a living thing, I don't understand. It's like a surprise pregnancy you didn't want.
Essentially, yeah. Again, like a new member coming into your family without you or your family knowing. And also, you don't know, some family members also. Yeah, see, I don't blame them. Everybody is different. Some family members are very anti any animal in the house. I know, because my mom is like that, and I respect it. I respect the fact that it's her home. She needs to feel comfortable in her own home. So my friends know not to gift me, a pet of any sort ever, even though I would love to. But no,
I
don't.
know. So you should also know when to get a pet. Just because you want one, you shouldn't have one. Like, I was living in Bombay for 9 to 10 years. I could have had a dog,
Right.
right? I missed having a dog at home because Angel was here and I was in Bombay all alone. You can't really make pets out of your roommates. So,
Sure. I'm sure people are wondering about that.
had to say it. So, but I was cognizant of the fact that I will have to leave this animal in the house for 8 hours while I go to work.
Right.
12 hours, 14 hours, long hours.
Maybe
And
that would be okay for a cat, but not for a dog specifically.
I would think not even for a cat. Like, they say that cats are happy alone. But why would I want to subject a cat to that?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, even I wouldn't do it, but I
Yeah.
guess it's okay if you
Yeah.
want a pet really in your life and, for, let's say, your anxiety or something. I would understand if you get a cat because they can survive. They are
Maybe.
quite happy,
But they say
definitely not a
then
dog.
you should get a pair.
Yeah, good.
I know. They can
At least
keep
they have company, keep each other company.
they can keep each other company. But dogs need human presence.
100%.
Dogs were domesticated in a way that they need humans to be around them if they are inside the house. Or they need other dogs, but other dogs can't really, take care of their feeding schedule and,
Right.
walking schedule, exercise. Like, even though Mowgli doesn't really like walking outside, we still make sure that she gets enough exercise, that she gets enough playtime, enough human interaction, all of that, right? And she will tell you when it's playtime. She will just come in front of you with a ball. Now imagine you're not at home and the dog is all alone. Like, it'll be so depressing for the
Right.
animal. So I never had an animal when I was living in Bombay. So yeah, so people should know when to get an animal. It has to be the right time. You have to understand it's a commitment, right? It's not just that you have to feed them twice a day and take them out for walks. It's a lot more than that.
Yeah, that's the the bare minimum.
Bare minimum.
Yeah.
It's a lot more than that. Like I said, you have to adapt to the personality of the dog. You have to understand their needs. It's like a family member, like you said.
And again, like a family member, it's one thing having them in your family, but another thing keeping them happy. So you can absolutely get a dog and hire somebody, ki chalo isko feed
Yeah.
kar do, walk kara do. But is your dog truly happy?
Truly happy.
Do they feel safe in your home? Like, the cutest thing that I've observed with you and Mogu actually is that whenever we go out, like let's say for the whole day, we're out and about doing something, and then when we come back home, she you always tell me देखना भी आएगी और मुझे डांटेगी.
Yeah.
And I just think it's the cutest thing because she feels she's like a baby. She knows she has that hug over
Yeah.
you, right? To be like, कहाँ थे इतनी देर? क्यों नहीं थे?
Yeah.
I wanted to cuddle you. Where were you?
I get full on scolded. In fact, Angel also used to scold me in a different way. So I came across this video the other day, even though I remembered it, but it just struck me how similar their behaviors are with me, that both of them will scold me if I've come inside the house after a very long time, whether it's been 12 hours or 2 months. So Angel used to bite my entire arms.
Oh my god.
Like she would like chew on them to show her frustration.
Right. But not like enough to hurt. Or
Not
bleeding,
enough to
na?
hurt.
Not like that.
It
Okay.
hurt, but not enough to puncture.
Okay.
Right? She would like bite me here, and she would also whine. So that was her way of showing
To
her.
people who are listening, I would like to say that Neha has just touched her whole arm essentially and earlobes.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, that's where she would. That's
Oh,
very
yeah.
cute.
Yeah, to people who are listening on Apple. By the way,
On
we're
Spotify.
also on Apple and Spotify
Yay.
and YouTube.
Yes,
Yay.
please.
Plugged. Okay. So yeah, so she used to like gnaw on me literally to show her frustration, and Mowgli growls at me. And again, people will think that is aggression.
Right. I mean, I didn't know in the beginning till you told me because like it's almost like having a toddler, right? They have their own language. Like you don't, and you think the toddler is like blah blah blah, but the mother will be like, नहीं वो बोल रहा है उसको fridge से apple चाहिए or something like stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
it's
yeah,
like that.
Mogu is like that. Like so many things you have told me कि she's doing like this is okay. Like
Yeah.
she's good. This is a good growl that she's doing to you.
There are different types of growls. When it's an aggressive growl, I know.
Yeah.
Right? Then I think it's very apparent, but maybe to other people it's not very apparent. So the thing is that all dogs are vocal. They will bark, they will whine, they will growl, they will have different frequencies of growl for everything that they want to communicate with you. You have to take the time to understand it. And if it's your dog, of course, over a period of time, you will understand. This is something that you should do when you get a dog home. You should always work on their resource guarding. Like we were talking about how dogs get protective about their food and their toys.
Right.
When it's a puppy, you have to touch them when they're eating. You have to touch their food when they're eating. You have to touch their toys while they're playing so that they don't become possessive about the things. They have to understand that they will get their food. There will be no issues with the resources. There will always be plenty of toys, and they don't have to become protective about these things, right? But you have to train that from when they are a puppy.
Scarcity mindset नहीं होना चाहिए basically.
And Indies do have that a lot because they have survived hunger. So yes, understand what your dog is trying to tell you and be a part of their family because you are the only family that they know. You are the only world that they know. They come into your life for like 10, 15, 17 years. For their entire life, you are their world.
Right. And I feel even if you are the opposite of this, you're not a dog lover, if you're just someone who doesn't care about them and maybe have also not liked them around in a community in the past, consider what we're saying, think about things from all of these perspectives, and just bare minimum, just be kind to them or leave them alone. Like it's like if you
Absolutely.
have nothing good to say, good to do, just let it be. You don't need to engage with the dog. Just let them be in their own world. Just be kind, essentially.
Yeah. And this whole narrative about dogs attacking people, I think that has increased a lot more in the past few years on social media. People have started putting videos of dogs attacking people. But we don't get to see videos of humans attacking dogs with sticks, with stones, with
Exactly.
kicking them around, sexually assaulting them,
Right.
beating them up, poisoning their puppies. Mothers know. They get to know all of this. Why do you think they chase cars around? Because they've seen their puppies being crushed.
Basically, you are seeing what people want you to see. You're not seeing the whole story. You don't know what actually goes on.
Look, at the end of the day, it's an animal. It has the capacity to attack. Right? You just have to understand they are a part of your community and understand coexistence. Till the time we have this issue of dogs being on the streets, they shouldn't be on the streets. But till the time they are there, we have to understand coexistence, man.
Now I understand we in general have a population problem, be it human beings or dogs. But it's definitely not something that cannot be controlled if you wanted it to control.
That actually makes me think that our population in this case and many other cases is an asset, not a problem. If every household adopts an Indian dog that is on the streets suffering for survival, there would be no dog on the street. We have so many
That's a good
people.
thought. We have so many people.
We have so many people. Like, if even if one street adopts a dog, I think the issue will be solved. We have so many people, like, the population can be an asset. It's just that I don't think there is enough awareness of how we can solve this problem. But like we said, it's changing. Celebrities are leading the way, like us.
Yes.
Yes. And I hope more and more people understand that rescuing is important, adopting is important. It's difficult.
It is challenging.
It is challenging. So you have to read up. I read books, I watched YouTube videos. But it can be done.
And it's so rewarding. I think we need to talk about that also. It is so rewarding. Why do you think people go through all these lengths? At the end of the day, see, everything is like you think about, the give and take. And it is so rewarding. It is just the best feeling ever when, you are welcomed by your dog and when he or she, like, they come to you and the love that they give you. It's unparalleled, by the way. Unparalleled to the love a human being could give you. It's just so pure and
it is actually the only unconditional love.
Truly, no person can actually love you unconditionally. So yeah, it is also rewarding. While I understand all of this might sound a little intimidating to someone who's never done it before, but trust me, like anything in life, it is a learning process, and once you're over that, once that time period has passed, it is just a beautiful, rewarding experience.
It is extremely rewarding. In fact, I've come to a point where I don't expect any kind of reciprocation of love from her. I will just plant kisses on her whether she wants it or not. She's actually sick of me. But it is rewarding to know that she has a safe place to sleep at night. She's not suffering on the roads. Otherwise, if you wouldn't have found her, I don't know where she would be, if she would be even alive or not. And I think in a lot of ways, she rescued me because you remember me in that time. I was not doing okay. So in a lot of ways, some higher power sent her to me that, okay, you are anxious, she's anxious. Take care of each other.
I love that. She rescued you.
Yeah,
I love it.
she did. Ending it on a very beautiful note.
Right.
There's a lot to say about this.
I swear we could talk about how much we love dogs, and I feel in the last few years I've also become a huge cat lover.
Same.
And the fact that like you have to essentially earn their love, but when you do, it's, oh my god, the best moment ever. Nothing compares.
So Mowgli had to come into this house and be friends with everybody and be a celebrity online. So here she is, here we are.
Yeah, bigger celebrity than we ever could.
Oh yeah, she gets more attention online than I do.
I'm sure. Then this podcast will, maybe, I don't know, who knows. But also I think out of all the episodes that we've recorded here, she has barked the most in this one. Like, I think if somebody hears achhe se kaan laga ke, there's constant Mogu barking. So maybe she has an inkling ki, like, I know you guys are talking about.
She also visited us in the room.
For the first time. Yeah.
We can talk about her for hours and hours, but this is already a little too long. And if you have stuck around till now, thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Please keep supporting us.
Subscribe, comment, like, share, and also press the bell icon, because that's how you know when we have a new video or fun YouTube shorts up.
And every Saturday, a new episode. We have to go now. Please follow our Instagram. Lot more content there.
Yeah, lot of fun reels, cute snippets of what we do here. So please follow.
And some sassy stories.
Yes.
Okay, bye.
Bye.